the current market price, but I reckon this should be construed positively for Akzo Nobel shareholders because a large and an aggressive company will come to the fore. I also reckon it could be negative for some of the other paint companies because now there are 4 large players entrenched here.
Exactly the question that I want to take to Dipan. Good for Akzo? Is it good for Akzo shareholders looking at what the share price is coming in at? Lower than the current market price 16%, perhaps?
Yeah,
16% lower. And what does it mean for the incumbent players?
Well, I think it's a very good deal for JSW. And I was just calculating while you were speaking that the PE multiple at which JSW Group has acquired is sub 30. It's about 29 times or so, which is very attractive for a business which has a 30% type of a ROE. Now, if you let your imagination loose a little bit, you can expect that JSW Paint in a business can get merged into Akzo Nobel. So that would make the size and the scale really massive. And that certainly adds heft to their operations. And from JSW Paint's point of view, I think they get very strong brands, which they can invest in terms of advertising, sales, marketing, distribution, and grow that business. We know the JSW Group is very aggressive, and that aggression certainly will come into the paint business as well. So I think it's a win-win situation. And as an Akzo Nobel shareholder, there's no question of tendering the stock back to the...
Exactly.
You just invested, and maybe at these levels, if you have a really long-term view and you can anticipate that the consolidation in paint industry will be over with one day, you could look at buying stock.
Yeah, Dipan, I would urge you to stay on because this will be important. This is a very important thing that you've said as well. I doubt too many people will tender in the open offer because this is great news for an Akzo Nobel shareholder. But the markets, very quickly, let's open them and see what's happening there. Flat or maybe marginally in the green, but the banks are flat. I wonder if IT is doing its trick again today. Let's see. Well, 0.5% higher, really good going. Mid caps and small caps, heat map, Akzo Nobel. I think that's the piece. Let's very quickly move. So small caps doing well. Let's get the heat map very quickly and get Akzo Nobel as well. So a lot of green, very little red. HDFC Bank is in the red. Tata Steel, SBI, Hindalco. I mean, that's about the story, if you will. Very quickly, can we get Akzo Nobel? That's the story of the morning. This stock is actually opening very, very flat. You know, guys, I'm a bit surprised with this because I would have suspected that this would be welcomed. For now, it is not. I suspect this could change during the course of the day.
It could well change. But I do want to go back to Dipan. Dipan, first of all, you pointed out the valuations that the deal has been struck at good for JSW. Are you surprised at the reaction? One, it's down about, 0.75% or so. And two, what are the implications for the rest of the players, the entrenched players in the paint space?
No, I think that the entrenched players in the paint space, they'll take it in their stride because like what happened in telecom will eventually happen in paint industry as well. And, water will find its level. And at some point of time, competitive intensity will go down and we will see more sensible pricing and discipline in terms of business. So eventually earnings will start to move up. The problem in the paint industry just now is the demand also is on the lower side. And once you have demand coming in, maybe hopefully this festive season, you may certainly see improvement in the sector as a whole. And I think that, let's just not go very deep into why today's stock price is down or up or flat. Some amount of traders who have bought because of an expectation of a higher open offer price may be liquidating. There are no real reasons why the stock hasn't moved up. But from a long-term investor perspective, I think it's a good development.